we're going to take an added step where I'm going to increase the state's enforcement capacity by executive order, where violations of the rules and regulations could allow State Liquor Authority to do an immediate suspension of an alcohol license, which means a bar or a restaurant that are violating the rules could have an immediate suspension of their license. Business that is violating the rules could have an immediate shutdown order, all right? So we've made great progress. I want to make sure we don't slide back. I want to make sure we don't get careless. Weather is nice, everything is good. Governor said the numbers are good. We don't have to worry, hallelujah. No, the numbers are good because we're doing what we are supposed to do, and we have to keep doing what we're supposed to do. I'm also signing an executive order that gives bars responsibility for the sidewalk, the outside area immediately in front of their premises, and the state SLA will enforce that also. But I need local governments to do their part. As we go through the phases, the responsibility of the local governments increase. The state cannot do enforcement on these local issues all across the state. We don't have enough people. SLA doesn't have enough investigators. We need the local governments to do their part. And I know nobody likes to be the bearer of bad news. This is not bad news. When people follow the rules, the infection rate stays down. That's called good news. But local governments have to do their part. New York State is also issuing guidance today for colleges and universities that are planning September fall reopenings. And we are asking them to develop plans. We still need more data between now and September to make a definitive determination, but we want to make sure we're starting to prepare. We're starting to prepare plans for K-12. We're doing the same with college guidance. And colleges can go and get examples of considerations, but we need reopening plans, monitoring plans, containment plans, and shutdown plans. Last point, but a big point. This is a pivotal moment in this country. You look at what's going on across the nation, and people should be concerned. You're seeing the virus go up across this country. Concerns me that you see other states going up. Concerns me as an American. Also concerns me on a parochial level, because those people in those states may get on a plane, may land at JFK, and this could start all over again. That's how we got here the first time. How did the number of cases get so bad so quickly? People came from Europe to JFK. And nobody told us that the virus was in Europe. That's the fact for the history books. Everybody said the virus was in China. Look at China, look at China, look at China. Yeah, baloney. It wasn't in China. It left China, went to Europe, it came here from Europe, and 3 million Europeans landed at JFK January, February, March. March, the nation did the European travel ban. By then, 3 million Europeans had come. And that's how the virus came. We now have the virus under control. Yeah, but Florida doesn't, and Texas doesn't, and these other states don't. And what happens if they get on a plane and they come to JFK? So we get the infection rate down, and then because other states are high, we could have a problem. This country has to wake up and smell the coffee, right? And let's realize the facts that are going on as we sit here this morning. Because my father's great speech, Tale of Two Cities, you now have a tale of two countries going on. You have two very different situations happening in states across this country. Some states, the numbers are going down. Some states, the numbers are going up. Why? Same country, same virus. Why? The federal government's attitude is an undeniable mistake when it has come to dealing with COVID. their guidance, their doctrine is an undeniable mistake. It is a political theory, a public relations theory, versus a science-based, fact-based theory. The White House, from the day one, has been operating on a pure political ideology. We should reopen, get the economy going, government shouldn't be slowing down the economy. It was all political. It was all public relations. Based on what fact? Based on what science? None. It was all political ideology. We said here in New York, this is not about politics. Virus never said to me it's a Democrat. Virus never said it's a Republican. No test ever said that. Dealing with a virus is a matter of science. It's a matter of fact. That's how you deal with a disease. You don't deal with it politically. And you now see states that have dealt with it politically versus states that have dealt with it on a science, fact basis. And you see the virus spreading in states that have an unmanaged reopening. Well, because they always have an excuse, it's not really increasing. The number of tests are increasing. I don't even know what that means. More testing does not mean the viral spread is increasing. You know how you know that they're being disingenuous? The number of people in those states who are getting sick is increasing. Forget the numbers. More people are walking into hospitals. They're not walking into hospitals because they're feeling well. You walk into a hospital when you're sick. And the number of people who are getting infected and getting sick and walking into a hospital is going up in these states. Undeniably. And you can go state by state. It's Arizona, it's Texas, it's Florida, it's North Carolina, it's South Carolina, it's Utah, it's Montana, it's Alaska. It's 20 states are on the increase. And then compare that to New York, where we are on the decrease, day after day after day. We've been on the decrease for the past 60 days. 2 months of decline, they're going up now. How do you explain that? What happened with this virus? What happened with this pandemic? From the get-go, was always going to be dependent on what we did. There was no preordained path. There was no preordained curve. Nobody knew. I spoke to every expert on the globe. Nobody knew. Second myth, listening to them last night. All the projection models were wrong. No, the projection models weren't wrong, because the projection models were never projection models. The projection models were really extrapolation models. What does that mean? The projection models never said, this is what's going to happen in New York. The projection model said, if this is what you do, this is what will happen. It's not really a projection. If this is what you do, this is what will happen. That's what the models did. If you tell me you are losing 1 pound per day, they say, I will tell you you're going to lose 7 pounds per week. If you tell me you're going to lose 2 pounds per day, I'll tell you you're going to lose 14 pounds per week. Yeah, thank you. But it's all based on what we said we were going to do. The White House knew this. March 31st, their White House coronavirus task force. What's going to happen with the COVID virus? Oh, two options, depending on what you do. Option one, best case scenario with mitigation. What is mitigation? Close down, social distancing, wear a mask, hand sanitizer, all those mitigation efforts that the states without reopening plans, without a managed reopening, they have no mitigation. The White House says, with mitigation, 100 to 240,000 deaths. If this nation uses mitigation. If you don't use mitigation, 1.5 to 2.2 million deaths. The White House said it. The White House said it. To the extent the White House lets science speak, ever, to the extent they have science in the White House, they said, if you mitigate, 100 to 240. If you don't, 1.5 to 2.2. And then their reopening plans don't provide for mitigation. Well, then by your own projection, what did you think was going to happen? That's why the CDC and Dr. Fauci are in such a difficult position, because they said, without mitigation, you're going to kill 1 million more people. They said that. And now they're part of a federal government that is telling states, just reopen, just reopen, just reopen. Contrary to their own science. Now, we have a lot more to do. I'm still going to be there every day, working every day. I'll be doing press conferences as I need to communicate. Big part of what I do is to communicate. I'm not going anywhere. But I'm not going to commit to doing it every day, because it takes a lot of time every day, and there's a lot to do right now, and it really takes the better half of the day. So I just won't do it every day. But I'm not going anywhere. I said clearly when I started, it was very important for me to have credibility with people. So much of what they hear now is political. You watch this news station or this news station, you get Democratic news, you get Republican news. Everybody wants to say about a politician, well, they have their own agenda. He's only running for something. If I was even a candidate possibly for anything, it would have given all my critics an opportunity to say, oh, he's just running for president. He's just running for vice president. And that would have diminished me and my credibility. And what I was trying to say to people, I know you need information, and I know you want to be able to trust the information. And I know you don't really trust politicians because you think they always have their own agenda. I have no other agenda. I'm not running for anything, period. No president, no vice president, not president of Argentina, not president of Italy, not prime minister. I'm not doing anything. I'm not running for anything. I have one agenda, which is to work for you. And let's set that right from the beginning, because I want you to believe me, and I want you to believe what I'm saying is true, because if you don't believe it or if you're skeptical, then it's not going to work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, you're not going to rely on it, and it's not going to make you feel empowered. So I made clear from day one, with all the hard questions from these tough reporters, you promise ever, never, ever cross your heart, hope to die, everything, just to take the politics off the table. And look, from my point of view, I am so blessed to be governor of New York, and I am so happy with what we're doing and what we're accomplishing and what we still can do. We're going to be the leading state in the nation on police reform. You watch. We were the leading state in the nation on marriage equality. minimum wage, free college. We're going to be the leading state in the nation on police reform. So we have a lot to do. And I'm proud and I'm happy. I'm going to stay governor of New York as long as the people of the state will have me. When they kick me out, then I'm going to go to Argentina and see what's available. All right, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for being here.